Hey guys, today I am filming a super duper exciting video. This is a brand new tag called Secret Loves, and it is about limited edition and discontinued products. This amazing tag was created by Elle. If you guys have not checked out her channel before, you definitely need to. I will have Elle's video and her channel linked down below. Please go check her out and subscribe to her. Elle has a bunch of amazing videos. Her 365 days of sample series, her lipstick roulette, all of her amazing project pans. I love Elle so much. I am so happy I can call her a friend. And Elle and I decided we wanted to do some kind of video collaborating, talking about our favorite limited edition and discontinued products, and we decided to do this. Now, Elle came up with all of the questions and the title for this tag, so all credit goes to Elle. Basically, I am just posting my answers to her questions on the same day, but all credit goes to her. But if you guys are not new to my channel, you know that I mention limited edition and discontinued products all the time, especially if you watch my seasonal makeup must-have. And I even do a little disclaimer at the beginning telling you guys, I'm not trying to rub it in your face. I'm just trying to remind you to pull these things out of your collection. And I'm just letting you know those are products that I will be using. And I always try to find links on eBay, Amazon, or anywhere online to help you guys out. And a lot of people on YouTube just don't talk about limited edition and discontinued products once they've gone away, and their reason for that is because they don't want to talk about things that their subscribers can't get easily, which I totally get. That makes a lot of sense. But for me, if I did that, then I just wouldn't be using those products and they'd be sitting there going to waste collecting dust, and that is not what I'm about. I want to use everything that I've spent my money on, because otherwise, why did I purchase it in the first place? So that is why I was really excited to do this video with Elle, because these products deserve to be talked about. So there are 8 different questions to this tag. I will have them all listed in the description box. Question number 1 is, what is your favorite limited edition or discontinued product that you've tried? And I have a zillion items I can mention, but I'm going to stick to sharing just one limited edition and one discontinued product. But if you guys would like to see a separate video talking about all of my favorite limited edition and discontinued products, please let me know in the comments down below, and I would love to do that. So for one of my favorite limited edition products, that would be the Maybelline Color Tattoo in the shade Caramel Cool. The Maybelline Color Tattoos are still available as a product, but this shade was from a limited edition collection. This literally looks like a piece of caramel just melted into a pot. This is the most stunning color ever. I love wearing it as a base or on its own on my lid. I think it is stunning. I love the formula of color tattoos. Maybelline discontinued all of their colorful shades and they only have some of the neutrals left, and I think this would have just fit into their line perfectly, and I'm so bummed this was limited edition. And then for my favorite discontinued product, that would be the Revlon Photo Ready Bronzer in Bronzed and Chic. I will save my rant for another video, but Revlon is the #1 worst offender for me when it comes to discontinuing my favorite products. They've discontinued several items that I love, or they have changed the formula. I am not interested in Revlon as a brand anymore. I don't care about their new products. I don't care about the products in their permanent line. They just don't have anything interesting to me anymore, and I'm just jaded against the brand as a whole. But this bronzer is absolutely incredible. It has 4 different tones of a matte bronzer. I like to use these 2 shades to bronze and these 2 to contour. What's amazing about having these 4 different shades is that this bronzer can work for several skin tones. If you're fair like me, you can use these lighter shades. If you have a medium tan skin tone, you can mix them all together. And if you have a deep complexion, you could focus on these 2 darker shades here. Also, it is a matte bronzer, which is definitely what a lot of people prefer over a shimmery bronzer. And this is a great formula because it doesn't have too little or too much pigmentation. It also isn't too dry or too overly creamy. It is incredibly easy to work with, and it looks amazing on the skin. So I am just so disappointed that Revlon got rid of this, because it's not like they have a better bronzer in their line. Question number 2 is, what is your least favorite limited edition or discontinued product that you've tried? And I came up with 2 different answers for this question, and they are both limited edition products. First, I have the Too Faced Le Creme lipstick in the shade Country Star. This came out at the same time they released the Country Girl and the Rock and Roll palette, which was quite a few years back. I had seen this lipstick on a blog. I thought it looked really beautiful on her, but I don't love this on me. This can look okay with certain makeup looks, but 9 times out of 10, I'm not gonna like it. This looks like it would be a really pretty nude peach, but on my skin tone, it doesn't look like the right nude or the right peach. It just looks really odd on me. Also, I don't like this formula. It is so creamy that it just slip slides all around. If you have trouble with products feathering, I don't recommend this line as a whole, but this color and this formula is just a huge disappointment for me, and I really wish I hadn't purchased this. My second least favorite limited edition product would be this blush from the MAC Toledo collection. The packaging is super pretty, and I was so excited for this product because it is a re-promote of the MAC Ripe Peach Blush Ombre, which came out in the Spring Forecast collection years and years and years ago before I was ever interested in MAC. And I was ecstatic when it was re-promoted so I could get my hands on it. This was terrible. It is not the same color as the original Ripe Peach. The original had a little bit more pink to it, and this one has like this creamsically orange. Also, this is so freaking sheer, and I love pigmented blushes. You just have to apply layer after layer after layer to build up the color, and I have fair skin. Also, this gets hard pan every time you put your brush into it, and don't you dare try to swatch this with your finger because it is just gonna ice over like incredible amount of hard pan, which pisses me off. I have never had that problem with any other MAC blushes. I don't know what it is about these, but this was the most god-awful product ever. The biggest letdown because I always wanted the original Ripe Peach blush. Question number 3 is, was there a collection that got away? And for me, I have a collection and I have a specific limited edition product. So I have a ton of MAC blushes. They're my favorite thing to collect from MAC, especially from their limited edition collections. But of course, they came out with amazing collections way back in the day before I was ever interested in MAC makeup. And one of those would be from the MAC Venomous Villains collection. I remember Holly Anna Reid talking about MAC's Bite of an Apple as it was one of her favorite blushes. I've always wanted that. I've always wished that they would re-promote it or I could get my hands on it in some way because that looks like a beautiful color, and it has that really cool Disney packaging. Also, I wish I was able to get the original blush ombre and Ripe Peach instead of that joke of a product. And then I'm sure you guys all are expecting this answer. The number 1 item that has gotten away from me would be the Anastasia Match by Mario palette. You guys know how hard I tried to get that and how many difficulties I had and how I was this close a couple times and it just slipped out of my hands. I thought it was going to restock after Christmas on Macy's and it never did, and I've never been able to get my hands on it, and a million people mentioned it in their 2016 yearly favorites. I still see it in people's videos and in their collections all the time, and I'm still butthurt over it. And listen, if you look at the colors, it's not a unique palette. You can totally dupe that palette. So I'm sure I have dupes for a lot of those colors, but I want the palette. I love Anastasia eyeshadows, and just, I am so upset that I lost out on getting that palette because it was really pretty and I just needed it. Question number 4 is, what limited edition or discontinued product do you wish was permanent? And definitely the products I mentioned in the first question, my favorite items, I wish those were permanent, but I wanted to choose another product to answer this question. And as I said, I have a bunch of limited edition MAC blushes that I really love, but a color that I've absolutely fallen in love with again recently that might be one of my favorite limited edition blushes from MAC would be the shade Painted Canyon. This is a satin finish. This was part of the very controversial Vibe Tribe collection. Basically, MAC was saying they were inspired by Coachella festival vibes when obviously this is Native American inspired. So a lot of controversy around it, but this color is so beautiful. It is the perfect burnt coral color. This looks amazing. It makes you look more tan. And if you already have a tan skin tone, girl, this is so beautiful. I wish all of my limited edition MAC blushes were permanent, but this one might be my favorite out of all of them. Question number 5 is, what do you think about items that were labeled limited edition but then come back? Now, I know a lot of people get really pissed about this, but for me, honestly, I love it. And I get the reason why people get mad about that, because a lot of times you might not really be that interested in a product, but when it says limited edition, you're like, oh, if I have any kind of interest in it, I have to get it because I'm never going to be able to get it again. But a lot of brands do constantly re-release products, like the Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop Highlighter. That's now a permanent product, as is Prosecco Pop. ColourPop is constantly re-releasing limited edition products or making them permanent, which I personally love when ColourPop does it specifically, because for instance, in my most recent haul video, I talked about the eyeshadow in the shade Snakebite. That was previously part of a limited edition set, but then they re-released it this summer as an individual single shadow, which was amazing because I'd always wanted it, but I didn't want to buy the entire set. So I really appreciate when ColourPop does it. That doesn't bother me a tiny bit. I've actually purchased several re-release shades that were originally in a kit and then they started selling them individually. I love when ColourPop does it. Another thing that's really pissed people off recently is the Colored Rain Queen of Hearts palette. I was super duper lucky when they restocked it the most recent time. It sold out in like 10 minutes, but I was able to get it. And in October, I believe they're going to be making it a permanent product. And I'm happy about that because it is a very popular product that a lot of YouTubers have been talking about. And a lot of people I trust, like Total Makeup Junkie 101, Stephanie Nicole, they have that palette and they really like the formula. So I know that it can be really annoying when brands are like, you have to buy it now because it's never coming back. And then it does come back. But in general, I honestly really appreciate it because I may have been waffling the first time and I skipped on it, but then when it came out the second time, I realized, okay, I have to have it now. So I personally am really happy about that because I am kind of an indecisive person, so I'm able to have a second chance to get things. Question number 6 is, what do you think about brands reusing shades? And the two brands I thought of when I heard this question would be MAC and Too Faced. Now, at least MAC will re-release products, but they'll have the same name, so you know. But Too Faced will put out all these palettes where shades look identical, but they change the name, and I think that is shady. Maybe they're trying to make the names fit the theme of the palette, but really it just seems like they're trying to trick you into thinking it's a different color, but you already have it and you've got it in 3 palettes. But a lot of times with MAC limited edition collections, they will re-promote permanent products or re-promote other limited edition products. I like when they re-promote previous limited edition products. For instance, I have the blush in MAC Hypnotist. This was released in the Foffy collection and in the To the Beach collection, which came out before I was interested in MAC products, and then they re-released this shade with the Wash and Dry collection and I was able to get it then. So when MAC re-releases previous limited edition shades, I love that. But when they are re-promoting permanent products in a limited edition collection, that's annoying to me. Sometimes they are in cool packaging, but I wish they came out with new products. Question number 7 is, what do you think about holiday collection? So I feel like in the past maybe 5-6 years is when brands have really been putting out super cool packaging and concept limited edition holiday products like Too Faced, Tarte, all kinds of palettes and sets. And at the beginning, I was dying to get my hands on them because everybody was talking about them. But I think over the past year or two, people are really noticing that the brands are putting out lower quality products during the holiday time, which is okay with me for the fact that I am able to resist purchasing them. But I think it's really effed up because they know that people are going to be asking for these things as gifts and buying them for their loved ones. So why can't you put out good quality instead of spending your money on the packaging? Why can't you do both? I just think it's effed up. Too Faced as a brand is kind of effed up and kind of shady to me with some of the way that they go about putting out their products and formulating them. So one of the limited edition Too Faced products I have from a holiday collection is the Everything Nice palette. And this came out the year after the Few of My Favorite Things palette. I was so upset that I had missed out on that because everyone was talking about it that I decided I had to get the next year's Everything Nice palette. And the packaging is cute and it is a little bit thick and big to store. On the inside you've got a bunch of eyeshadows and on the bottom you have cheek products. I probably have used this 5 freaking times and that is so disappointing. Now I really do like the cheek products in this palette. It does have the Papa Don't Peach blush, but this is the original one, not the one that they most recently released. The color is different. And they have Chocolate Soleil bronzer, which I never tried before, so that was cool. But these eyeshadows, girl, okay. No, these are the most boring eyeshadows ever. These colorful shades down here, they have put in freaking every holiday palette, which I think is ridiculous. Too Faced needs to just try a little bit harder and come up with different shades. The quality of these are not good. I don't have that many Too Faced palettes because I'm not impressed with their quality, but I love the Peanut Butter and Jelly palette and I really love the Peach palette. The quality and the colors are by far way better than the quality and the colors in this holiday palette. So this was a huge waste for me. I have not gotten rid of it or sold it yet. I'm still holding on to it. But this palette right here is the prime example of why I no longer get hyped about holiday collections, because I just know it is going to be all about cute concept and packaging, but the product probably isn't going to be very good. And the last question, number 8, is what would be your dream limited edition collection? And this is really hard for me. I am not sure. So I really would love some really awesome warm neutral eyeshadows. I would love to have different shades of peach and coral blushes and some nude and light peachy salmon lip colors. Those are some of my favorite colors to wear, and if all of those could be together in one collection, I would buy every single item I already know, and it would need to have special packaging, not plain black or no plain packaging. It would need to look super cool. I'm really looking forward to Elle's answer for that question. Mine was super lame, but I just don't know. So guys, those are my answers to all the questions for the Secret Loves tag. I'm going to tag a bunch of people down below in the description box, but please, everyone, feel free to do this video. If you do decide to do it, please make sure you let me and Elle know so we can go watch your videos. Thank you so much, Elle, for letting me be part of this video along with you. I love all the questions you came up with, and it was just so fun for me to be able to talk about limited edition and discontinued products. And as I said, please let me know in the comments if you would like me to do separate videos on my favorite limited and discontinued products. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.